dominant in 2 series against Boss and PA, 13-5 on both matches. And then left over is Nuke. That one actually should be pretty interesting because both teams don't play it that much. Maybe Nouns a little bit more, but that'll be a toss-up if we get there.
It'll be a challenging one. It'll be a challenging one for sure. We're going to hop in game. We're going to get things underway here. It is going to be Overpass, and this is the tone setter, right? If we're going to make a series of this, we need to see PA turn out well, realistically, because we are expecting Inferno to cause them problems.
Yeah, like they need a really good showing here. And then
look at this. Double push down long early on, CJ. They will have heard a lot of this.
They need better pistol rounds.
They do. Junior collects on 2. Problems on. An advantage, but a bomb plant at least likely to be secured. Ben Leet, though, can't zero in the kill, and he's going to get chased down. A lot of their utility as well, but Chop. This is a little messier, perhaps. Ben Leet trying to get back in, but the late connector rotation, a little bit too much to bear. It's kind of an isolated fight here. Chop fencing with 2, while his teammate holds off the other side, but now they'll be able to combo off of each other, play off of each other. Nicely done from Rush. It falls to Marky. He's running out of time. He's running out of chances. He needs to just go for the stick, it seems. He's going to try and make the play out of the smoke, and it will be Chop to have the last lap. Pistol round claimed. That's a nice one for Party Astronauts.
Yeah, very nicely done. It was a brawl. It felt like Nouns were going to gain the edge with some early frags, but Party Astronauts fought their way back in it. One from Chop, one from Rush, and then afterwards, back and forth trades until Marky runs out of time. Probably would have been better for him to stick to defusal. I don't think there was a kid around. Maybe there was one on the ground, but he had to win a fight and then go back to the bomb afterwards regardless, and it was just too long, honestly. So 1-0 for PA, getting off on the right foot. Mike, a quick statistical note here for Cxzi. He did not stop going for openers. Op or not, he was taking those fights, and we saw him do it. Very dynamic. He had 18 opening frags in the previous series. That's not throughout the qualifier, just in that series.
Wow.
Carson, going to get the opener. Yeah, it's nutty.
Tries to get his luck going here. There's 2 players with 5 points of health between them, but they have won both engagements. Bentley's trying to clean this up, but they're giving him the slip. They're out of here. That's a problem. Not ideal. All the damage in the world, but if you can't get the kill, what does it matter? And this force by starting off very well for Nouns.
Yeah, they love to force it up. They never shy away from it, or seemingly never shy away from it.
When you can see what they do with pistols, why would you,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
That AK is going to be ferried over as well. George and Carson, they went on a finding mission, and they found an AK-47. CJ loving them for that. They giving it over to their healthier teammate. Mr. Junito going to be first point of contact. Doesn't pull the trigger, actually. Stuck in the flashbangs, and there's that AK in action. Bit of a rude surprise to find it all the way up here. Not loving this. Nah. As 4 players survive, that's a hell of a round from Nouns. Actually, Carson and George both making it through.
I can't believe it.
Astonishing.
Yeah, George was facing off against the player too, and I was thinking, okay, well, they managed to slip by his cover, his guardian that was in front of him, and still he manages to get it done with the 5-7. So well done for Nouns. Even with the low HP players, it doesn't deter them at all, and they tie things up at 1-1. Speaking of Carson, well, on the Nouns side, we've talked about him a lot, but he is that opening frag player on both the CT and T side. He goes for 35.7% of the attempts combined, and his rating on CT side openers, 1.81 in 5 maps played. He has been exceptionally effective, and his success rate on CT side is 69.6. See if he goes for some fights here. George is the other one who's taking some openers as well. George gets 2. Glacia and Cxzi. And finally gets dropped here by the pistols. There's some space gain, but there's a pincer attack on.
Now they're stuck. They're well and truly stuck, and Junior's just sticking in the pocket. He's not afraid of a MAC-10. Whatever hope there was for this round has gone by the wayside. It's just Rush. Well, he'll take his time. The end result is the same. Nice start for Nouns. Nice start to the CT side. Eco forced out in the next. It's cruise control early.
Yeah, promising for the Party Astronauts after winning that pistol, but you never want to see Nouns go on cruise control because they will just pile on the
Most
rounds.
teams, most teams, maybe they go into cruise control. They play the default a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Nouns, they go in cruise control, and Carson slams it into 90 and drives down the highway into your face on the wrong side of the road.
Exactly.
That's how Nouns goes into cruise control.
That's an apt description of how Carson plays when they're getting round after round. Marky actually
Carson,
is
but he's
the
close
one
by.
poking up. Yeah. Okay. Marky wants to channel Carson's energy and gets himself a 2K and a lot of damage done onto Ben Leet. This should be a clean and easy round, and it is. Carson goes for the follow-up. He will get dropped, but it doesn't matter. CJ's right there for the instant trade, and the Party Astronauts lose another one, but they will have the guns in this next one.
Yeah, George would have liked to get his hand on the rifle.
Probably.
Couldn't quite do it. So there will be one MP9 to contend with, but George not a player who exactly shies away from the SMGs. And actually, wow, he's upgrading. I'm actually somewhat surprised. They feel comfortable enough that he's going to upgrade. This is a team that likes the SMGs, likes the smaller guns. Still, they've got such oodles of cash off those first few that it's like, I mean, we'd be foolish not to.
Maybe. I think it's also because of such a momentum-based team, and perhaps they recognize that, saying, okay, we want to give ourselves the best chance possible. Maybe George would have been better with the MP9, actually, because it's already gone, the M4.
It is. He was planning to go for the Fountain Peak. Not really a fight that you want to take with the MP9, but
I mean,
he
the
is
result
going
was the
to
same.
be silenced early. Right, but you see, John, now, I know that time is a flat circle. I may not understand everything about physics, but I don't think he knew the result when he made the decision.
Like, I'm just bugging you.
We can discuss quantum physics here if you want, though.
Let's
get weird. I just saw Dune, so, you know, seeing all potential moments and times kind of on my mind.
I want to see Dune, but it's just, I haven't seen the first one, and I haven't yet, and I've heard the first one's like, eh, but the second one's amazing, but you have to see the first one to get the story. Oh,
Have you read the book?
No, I have not.
Okay, I mean, if you really want the story, you should read the book.
Okay.
But the movies are fun. The movies are a good time. I enjoyed them. It'd been like, I read the book in high school, I think. So it's been like, you know, 15 years or something like that since I read them. So my memories were a little hazy, and the movie did refresh some things. But I think definitely having the book context helps. It's a complicated world that Frank Herbert painted. Complicated round for Party Astronauts, but the end result is that they've got this one.
Yeah, nice job. Good take of that B site by PA, honestly. And they get themselves a second round on the board, very clean, up against a Noun squad that did, in fact, have the weaponry to deal with everything. It wasn't really a bonus round, and very clean from PA. Nouns, of course, still have enough money in the bank to get a proper buy up here. Marky a little limited with the FAMAS, but it's okay. Because Party Astronauts also are a little limited because Ben Leet's on the Galil. So it's even. Junior, who's been lights out with the AWP on CT side. He's got 20% attempts, Mike, and his success rate is 100%. Every single opening duel he's gone for on CT side throughout this qualifier, he's won. That's a mortar strikes coming in. Junior on the receiving end doesn't get a chance to fire an op shot this time. Goodness me.
He's goner. Carson's gonna bring that gun to the next. Ooh, exchange out towards long, but Cxzi has got it. Giving out haircuts here. And now they race on forward towards a bomb planted. This is gonna be a save for Nouns. There's no world where they can contest this. There's no world where they can challenge this in the rotation. Just gonna have to sit back on their haunches and let the score even up. That's a tough one.
It is. But Cxzi, who has been the best player for the Party Astronauts throughout this close qualifier, continues to be so with a nice little 2K to really put the final touches on the round for the Party Astronauts and gaining all the space into the A side by himself. He, like I said, frag leader, 143 frags, plus 13 kill to death differential. The one of 3 players with a positive kill to death differential, but the only one in double digits, and a 1.10 KDR, along with 10 3-kill plus rounds, one of those 4Ks. He leads in all those categories.
Terrorists win.
So, yeah, I mean, he doesn't look out of place at all. And I'm sure party astronauts are thanking their lucky stars that he was available and that they picked him to sub for them here.
Yeah, it's always nice when your sub pops off.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you've got that going for you. Makes life a lot easier when you can trust the stand-in to fry. And I mean, at this point, they're having to shift around what he's doing exactly for them as well. Day to day, right? Map to map.
Yeah.
In terms of what he's playing, it's all a little bit slipshod. I will say, since the Rush edition has been so recent, they might be playing a little looser to begin with. That helps. Also helps us getting entries, such as Chop has just done. Goodbye, Marky. George. Everyone's here. What you got for us? Shadow spotted. He's going to have the first. Benleet's blinded, but his vision clears just in the nick of time for that one. CJ now under pressure. Utility sailing down on his head. No help to spare. No teammates close at hand. Feeling grateful that an nade didn't bounce the wrong way. See if they overestimate how clear this might be. Now, smoke to clear. There's the spot. There's the clear. There's the bomb down. And Carson, well, he's going to be saving this all.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a round they didn't invest much into. They had the op from the previous one. And they will continue to carry it forward unless...
How many times do you think Junior asked for the op this round?
I don't know.
Carson.
Probably one.
Oh,
It doesn't need the op.
Hang on. He's got it, and he's away. Does he get flanked out by the steps? Do they hunt this down? AK stolen. Oh, the drop down, trying to avoid it. Thought the bomb might have killed whoever was hunting him. But there will be no AK. That would have been too much.
That's a situation. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I mean, jump down, you face off against one. If you stay up there, there's another fight coming towards you. At least they saved the op. That's the good news. And Junior will, in fact, get in his hands. I mean, they weren't really close to each other, so I doubt Junior was really clamoring to get that in his hands. He was just trying to find a gun for himself to carry over to the next round, and, well, it didn't happen. But they still do manage to save the important one, as mentioned. Party astronauts sticking with the rifles across the board. I'm sure that op will come into play, but it has to happen once they lose a round here. A little bit of a streak for themselves. Carson spamming through into squeaky door. Cxzi, oh, gets spotted out. What a smoke pop from George. And then the follow-up frag to give his team the 5v4 edge. Cxzi just caught completely off guard. Marky blinded. He's going to have to be careful here over at Toxic, but he still manages to get chopped right as the smoke blooms to protect his position.
Nades into barrels. How's Marky still alive? Burning, naded, on fire. It's chaos, pandemonium on the site. Eventually, Marky burned out, but... Oh, CJ can't slip it either. It's down to just the one. It's down to Glacia. A player's already dropped. He knows it. He just can't find the shot. 55 seconds here. How does he want to approach it? He could actually... He could leave. He could leave. He's going to leave.
I feel like he should just try and plant, though. Oh, the smoke faded now. This is going to be tough.
Yeah, presumably Carson's the problem if he actually wants to just go for the plant. There's the spot. There's the shot. Carson gone. This isn't done just yet.
Still time.
Still lots of it. What kind of util they got? They got a couple smokes. Do you have the balls to plant open? No. That would be too much to ask. Ooh, there's the spot. He saw the elbow. He doesn't have time for the rotate up at this point. 18 seconds. There's not enough. And now they're posted. Trying to be too careful, trying to catch another kill, and this is the opportunity.
Yeah, I think Yale played himself there, honestly. Just overthinking the situation instead of just trying to get that bomb planted, get the extra money for his team. Oh, well, it happens. I love the effort. Did manage to get a nice one onto Carson, but tied up again. 4-4 here. And there's the op in Cxzi's hands, and he plays it extremely aggressively. So you're going to see him potentially trying to get some early picks here. It's Not in the back lines. He's not setting up util. In fact, Benleet's put more pressure on himself to set up util, because usually Wolfie's the one helping him with that. And he's throwing, I think, over 1 flash per round. Chop. Nice opener onto George.
Carson. Nearly had it on the spam there. But they have rebuffed everything the Party Astronauts wanted to do in terms of map control. They lose George and Khan, but the exchange rate means that look at how far back PA are right now. They're expecting another push, another thrust, another something coming out from this very aggressive Nouns side. And Nouns are not giving it to them. They're toying with the expectations. They've shifted 3 players up. They're playing the site, maybe pushing CJ towards bathrooms. It's a bit of a gamble, but right now PA are flowing right into it. I'll post on the angles. Junior, come looking. That's the question now. Yes, he does. Yep. Oh, totally exposed. Lost complete awareness of the fact that long was open. Now they're in trouble. Now they're in big trouble. They're getting wrapped upon. They have to fight forward. Cxzi has now confirmed that they have indeed. He secures the crossing. Actually swings with the bomb. Bold.
That's a bold play, yeah.
Ballsy. And it works out.
Nouns on the save.
They're gonna try, and I think CJ slipping the net, but Marky still wants to give this a look. Problem is they don't have time. CJ's got the kid, and he's out by the fountain. So it's not happening.
No, not at all. I don't think it ever was. Marky just wanted to have a look, maybe get a frag, which he did. Took a lot of damage in the engagement, and now just has to tuck tail and get out of here. Should be safe. Emphasis on should, depending on the trajectory that Cxzi chooses to take. And, well... Ooh, okay. Everyone's fine. Everyone that's alive right now will stay so, moving into the next round.
No one's exactly got extra pocket change right now.
No, yeah, it's kind of tight.
In this economy? You want to hunt eco? You want to hunt exit kills in this economy? It's the scariest of rounds, though.
Inflation hitting hard.
Dude, ain't it just? Scariest of rounds. Couple saved rifles. 3 pistols. Party Astronauts quaking. Boost up. They passed it. So quick. Smoke in towards the short molly. Reboost. That could be dangerous. Chop. You've seen him? You've seen him? Now you certainly have. Okay, so they know right now this is at least a little bit of a stacked site. Cxzi's just spotted the shadow. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is going to get so weird, but George is actually holding it.
What?
So Chop tried to go peeking in because he knew they know there's this stack. They just can't do anything about it. But they don't know about Cxzi. He's trying it with the Glock.
Oh, he gives himself away.
What's happening now? Is this a vintage Party Astronauts round? A third gun's been picked up. Okay, CJ quelled. That's one of the sets of armor. Cxzi, I don't know about the sustained barrage of bullets, though. Time's starting to become an issue. 45 seconds. It is just Junior with a P250 here, though an unarmored Carson will come to reinforce. Here they go. Surely not again. Surely not again. Oh, the smoke timing is beautiful. A Junior slips into it. Does Cxzi realize he got bumped up on a player? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. Junior slips the gap, but the answer is immediate. This will not be another lost pistol. This will not be another round getting out of control. This will be Party Astronauts on to 6.
Honestly, it's good that Cxzi gets those 2 frags when he does, and the timing is just a bit off for Junior coming in on that flank, because if Cxzi waits just a little bit longer, then, well, the round could have gone awry, and we could have seen another vintage Party Astronauts round where they lose to the pistols, even though there were a couple of rifles saved over in the previous round. Anyway, timeout going to be called here for Nouns, the first one of this map. And they're buying up, no question. Junior's already got the op. Carson with the M4. They just want to talk over how they want to run this down. On the other side, the Party Astronauts, another very good T side of Overpass.
was a 7-5
Yeah.
against
It was
Boss.
7-5, yes, against Boss, yeah.
And yet still, we went to triple overtime.
But yes, that, yeah.
So PA hunting for 8 is what I'm saying here. 2 more rounds and a half. See if they can get there. Key thing to note, no kit, limited util. If this becomes a retake, probably not happening. So how do Nouns keep them off the site? How do they keep them off this? Info ops for Carson are risky, but if risky's not his middle name, it's his first and second and last name as well.
Carson.
His creed, his motto. It's actually what's on his passport. His risky Carson, whatever Carson's last name is. O'Reilly. Risky
yeah.
Carson
Yeah,
O'Reilly.
you beat me to it.
That's what they call him.
George with the spot, gets the opener onto Ben Leet. It's an opener with like, what, 47 seconds left on the clock? Jeez, took a long time for that to come through. Now the party astronauts still stalled out. Need to get an execute going. Don't have much execute utility to work with. Only a couple of smokes, a flash, molly, and a nade, and both smokes have been thrown out here. They have to commit to this because there's only 27 seconds left on the clock. Fresh, charging in, flashbang, great flash thrown. George, he's earned that for himself. And then he takes down Rush. Chop, finds Trey. Junior is good to deny Chop the space. Time is taken away. Precious time for the party astronauts. They still manage to find it, and then Classia gets Carson to secure a bomb plant. CJ and Marky are on the rotation. 2v2 post plant.
Not time in their favor. Seconds ticking away. Cxzi with the first contact, spots the second as well, and Klasky has been active on it. So that one got risky. That one got low. Time, bodies, whatever you could want running out there for the party astronauts like an oxygen for an astronaut on a spacewalk. And yet still they find their way back into the station. It was a little bit of an extended metaphor there. A little belabored.
It's okay.
But you know what?
You got there in the end. Just like the party astronauts did in that round.
Just like they did in that round. And now it's MP9s, full-on MP9s. Okay, Nouns with full MP9s. What kind of weirdness we gonna get here? Nades into fountain. I like this. Push up behind it. I like this. Don't know if it's gonna work, but I like it. Oh, George. Oh my goodness, George. What do you got? Oh my goodness, George. He's gone past them. He's gone past them all. A second one routes through. On a smoke fade. Now Junior does actually go 1-for-1, and they might think that's the only player.
Yeah, but George is going the other way. Why?
He's going to clear out Monster, because if he can clear out Monster, then they can stack A.
I guess so.
This is huge. There's the spot. There's the shot. There's the execution. Yeah, no one else is here. He can get himself an upgrade, and now his teammates can all flow up top. This is huge information. It's a man advantage for his team. Now it's pressure on to PA. And they're not going to know if they can dump down Khan. They're not going to know if they can bail out, so they're basically forced into this take. That's a nice nade. Goodbye, Carson. But the trade is instant. Bomb dropped. 40 seconds to cook here. My Rush is starting to see, hey, is there a way back through?
What do you think about that B site again?
It's a very early preemptive smoke for George. Considering where the contact was, considering where the bomb was.
Yeah, Cxzi's got to make a play here. And he does! Woo! Gets the frag onto CJ. Molotov comes in, finds Marky as well with the headshot! What a play from Cxzi! 2v1, George has to rotate in.
Who needs an op? Man's got the pocket AK. Looking to secure it, looking to wrap this up with a bow on it. Now he's got the big green out. Post in the corner, and well, it is just going to be George. What can he do? What can he cook? Man, it went walkabout at the beginning of the map, but the trade is there. They play off each other, and it's 8 for PA as we hit the half.
You make me feel like someone new, 'cause I'm never sober when I'm with you. Somehow live in a moment in time where I was yours and you were mine. 'Cause when I'm alone I get lost in my head, and I try to think back to the things that you said. But living without you is taking a toll. Feel like I might lose control. When I'm down and can't push through, I know you're the one I can turn to. You make me feel like someone new, 'cause I'm never sober when I'm with you.
Back in here, and a surging party astronauts now double up now in scoreline. Theoretically, they're on the easier half now, John. They've done the difficult work, but can they bring this one home in a slightly smoother fashion than the boss game earlier?
Or can they bring it home at all is another question, right? Like,
True.
this is Nouns. And
They are
that's what you
dangerous,
can be
as
scared of
nicely
there.
illustrated. Might not expect the second player here. Coming looking. And they seem to be ready.
Yeah.
This has been read, underscored, underlined, notations in the margins, dog-eared pages. And now the question just becomes, where does Nouns actually want to take this bomb?
Well, the B site would be the right call, and it feels like they're leaning into perhaps dropping down Con here. They are. Junior's already down. Checking it out, thinking, estimating, strategizing, checking the odds. And all right, looks like it's going to be towards the B side here, clearing everything out, being very methodical at that, but perhaps giving the party astronauts a chance to rotate here. Yeah, they're reading it. They're rotating in before Nouns actually get a chance to go to the B site. Not that that has to be their final destination, but 32 seconds left. Eventually, it will need to be, and it is, because Marky's already there. He gets chopped. Ben Leet from heaven gets smoked out, and Cxzi is, well, not too far behind. The problem is that there's very little chance of coming through with this round. They've even got a player over in the A site causing them problems. It's going to be George. Why is Cxzi up here? Do they think it's a... no, it's not a fake. The bomb's already planted. What?
I think they've been bamboozled. Or they were just trying to save.
Maybe trying to save armor, but that would be...
In a 2v5, it's understandable, I suppose.
Yeah.
But either way, certainly not happening.
Yeah, not at all.
No survivors. Clean pistol. Nouns. Starting this the way they need to, if they want to keep Overpass competitive.
Nice maneuvering there. Very careful. Not being overzealous in commitment to either site. And end up going towards the B site, catching the party astronauts completely off guard to the point where they were backing off completely after that bomb was planted. Not really much of a threat at all. And now they're just going to have the USBs. Oh my goodness, great flashbang throw. And Cxzi gets one. Bentley another. but it's quickly diffused in terms of being a threatening round because the frags come through very handily, and Junior gets the last one. 2 for him on the round as they get a 6th.
Here come the guns, though.
Mm-hmm.
No op. That won't be available. Although, actually, Cxzi just sold his kit. Okay, he thought about the glass cannon for a second, I think. Thought about it. Maybe thought better of it. He's a head ripper on the rifle. Don't necessarily need to deploy the op early on. Utility. Bit more handy. Wants to go for the aggro peak, though. Setting up the early engagement in. Here we go. Upcon they move. That's quite the shot from Carson. That's a head ripper and a half. You're not feeling good if you're Cxzi. Never got a chance to shoot back.
That's what Carson does to you. Takes those openers and makes them look good in the process. They're going to gain a ton of space off of that. All the way down long. No one really challenging here. The party astronauts scrambling to adjust themselves. There's a peek down long, so information gained for Cxzi, but he immediately rescinds it in terms of the space. Doesn't want to take that fight.
Inching forward, looking to restore these numbers. Spot, but not a shot. And the force back in. It works. Oh, to the tune of 2. Beautiful work there.
Oh, timing.
Catches another player with utility in hand. And Cxzi has just single-handedly torn this round asunder. Who needs to buy it up when you can do that with a rifle? Looking for the ace, and he's gonna get it. Cxzi taking command, taking over, dominating.
The first ace of the qualifier for Nouns comes from Cxzi. And, you know, he could have tried to force the issue when he spotted the players out at long. Instead, he makes a smart play and realizes they're not really committed yet. Maybe we should rotate around and see what's happening at short A. And he pokes and prods and finds them all trying to go in through con, trying to be sneaky. And he nails down every single player to the wall. Party astronauts are able to get a 9th. They stopped the momentum for Nouns, but Nouns still built up enough economy to get 3 AKs out here. Cxzi this time is going to get the opener, but he is immediately traded. No 4K for him this round. 4v4. Now Nouns are going towards long, and they really seem to want to take their time, rotate around, explore the map in its entirety. Not overcommitting or being aggressive, which is more of the typical style of Nouns. I think the map just doesn't play well to their style, which is why they don't like to be on it very often.
No. It's tough when you're a team that's itching for a fight to play a map that rewards patience above all else. Dance away from Cxzi, keeping his health intact. This double monster setup we criticized in the last series. It cost Chop and Rush. And once again, Short is left completely open.
Only because they pushed Mike, though. That was why. This time they're not.
Well, here comes the fight. Here comes the brawl. The molly's out. And that's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to be executed.
Yes.
We see the idea behind it. And Rush is laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, no. I mean, last time they were both pushing into Monster with a 4v3 advantage, which made no sense in the last series anyway on Overpass. This time, yes, that is how you do it. You have both players set up, one for the trade, and one to take the first contact. And that time they didn't even need the trade. Rush doing all the work. The party astronauts hit double digits. This could be 11 quite quickly as Nouns are investing pretty much nothing into the round aside from $300, and that goes towards a P250. Will that P250 cause nightmares for the party astronauts and swing this map back in Nouns' favor? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, there we go. Cxzi going to get 2. And that pretty much ends any possible threat with Junior the last one standing.
telling you, man, the curse is lifted.
Yeah.
I feel like there was just this stretcher of rounds where they got into their head and they built it up to be a bigger thing than it was, and you just gotta win one. Curse is dissipated. It's all good. It's all good. Timeout gonna be taken here from Nouns. Adren trying to get into their ears because realistically, this is the last chance to do anything here on Overpass. You don't want to have to run 6 rounds in a row to bring this to overtime with limited weaponry. You gotta get it done here. Gotta get the rifles out. Gotta see where the vulnerabilities lie and what PA is trying to throw at you.
Yeah, problem for Nouns is that party astronauts have the same amount of AKs as they do, which is not something you want to have happen when you're coming in on the attacking side against the CTs. They will still manage to get 2 Galils, so full rifle buy-up for them. But yeah, this is a do or die round for Nouns. You lose it, yeah, you have $2,900 loss bonus, but the buy-up's going to be pretty abysmal. It's an interesting spot from Rush at the top of Con. George gets the opener. That will help a lot. Cxzi, who's been the most lethal player on the server, is the one he finds. And then CJ gets Rush just barely surviving himself. 5v3 for Nouns. So far in the round they need. It's going pretty well.
CJ's ding, so there's a potential path back in, but Nouns just hitting the pause. After getting the early advantage, they're going to hit the pause button. Wait to see if there's a response. Let some utility whittle off the clock. There's the peak from Ben Lee. So the duel, they're trying to chase this up. Bet you will be able to. Still, now you've got confirmation. There's 2 players playground. Hit B. What can Chop do? He is alone on an island. The longer Nouns wait, though, the bigger this risk of the flank coming through, and they're stalling out. But they hit at the right time. Bomb's already made its way over, and CJ's dealing with the flank.
CJ, excellent spray transfer. We get to see that again on his side. Easy 2K coming through. 7th round secured for Nouns. 4 separate them from the party astronauts, though, and over on the astronauts side, they still have enough to go for a full-on buy-up, and Cxzi, he's got the big green back in his hands. This time on the defensive side, let's see what he can do for his squad. Glacia continues to be a threat at 16 frags, 2 behind Cxzi. He's just charging up, full speed ahead. Carson with him, which you can expect to be a player that's going to be full speed ahead. Carson, is he going to get in trouble? He does get in trouble, and so does Junior. 2 frags immediately for the party astronauts. Make it 3. It's all falling apart. Some early aggression from PA getting into the faces of Nouns pays off in spades.
It does indeed, and now Classy's on a mission. Classy's on a mission. It's going to send him up ladder, and well, they might not even need him at this point. It's just one man. It's just George. Secret Agent George. Not going to get past the first hurdle. Map point found. And John, last time they had 4 in regulation and couldn't close. So this time they give themselves 5 in regulation.
Surely that's enough.
Surely that's enough. It took 11 last time. But this has actually been a much more in-control game for Party Astronauts.
Yes.
So, like,
they haven't lost the silly rounds like they were up against Boss, and I mean, in general, feel more composed. So it's a similar lead, but a better situation. Oh my goodness, Rush with the wall bang headshot onto Carson.
Why
now
is
he's
that
gonna
so
riboost.
brutal from the perspective we watched? It's like something out of like a war movie. You see the smoke pop and his head snap back. That was... I am not used to Counter-Strike being that visceral. Here comes the B hit. This might be all too visceral for Nouns. But Marky! Oh, he's the war hero right now! Spray down at 3, gets out around the pillar. And this is a very different ball game. Bomb gonna be planted. Party Astronauts just gonna have to save.
Yeah, there's no way they get back into this one. Their money is okay, but you need to save the op and the AK. Absolutely no reason to throw it away. By the time you get to the bomb site, I mean, the bomb's probably already ticked away more than half. So they decide to be cautious and conservative. They do have a lot of opportunities to close this map out. I feel like I said that a little while ago on this map. I did, yeah, I did.
Yeah, but it's got to make you a little more nervous when the first one goes that way. You get the man advantage, you get the advantage, and then Marky just finds you all three on a line.
Just when we say like they look more composed and controlled here, Marky pulls off this ridiculous 3K. I mean, he's always a player that's dangerous to pop off, even when he's having an off map.
Which he was
Unreal.
until that moment.
Yeah, yep.
So Marky activated. Long have we waited. Party astronauts aggravated.
There we go. Okay. Keep it going.
That's all I got. That feels like enough for a Twitch pasta.
Yeah.
Get to work, chat. Get to work. Looking like they want a faster play towards B again. If at first you do succeed, do it again. 4 players here in the defense, though. They are stacked up on the line.
Shot.
Headshot on Carson, gone. And again, a 5v4 for PA. This time, though, they're being careful in their positioning. They're not all going to stack up for Marky. Oh, the spot. I think Rush got that information,
yes,
but he
did.
immediately abandons the boost.
No, he saw it. I don't think he got a chance to really engage.
He might have had the boost bug as well.
Yeah.
We, unfortunately, again, I think we mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, but sometimes, unfortunately, right now in Counter-Strike, when a player is boosted up, and you don't know this until you've done it at least once in a map, just randomly, your vision jitters and you can't get the aim. It doesn't show on GoTV. It doesn't show even to your teammates if they're watching you while they're dead. So there's no way of us knowing who has it and who doesn't until they try a boost, and then we could just read it based on their behavior.
Yeah. What a shame that it's still there. I mean, boosting is a pretty core mechanic in Counter-Strike. It has been for since the game was released, pretty much. Cxzi's going to get another frag, though. We don't have to talk about that much more. 5v3 in favor of Party Astronauts. Make it a 5v2. Yeah, this might be over.
Might be indeed. George raging, but it's not happening. It's all on a Marky. He had a magic moment before, and he's put on his top hat and
10
cape.
seconds.
Time to spare. Has to plant this bomb. The player Water has got the shot. Cxzi fittingly puts this one to bed. A monster map for him. A monstrous overpass. And now a 1-0 on for Party Astronauts as they are just one map away from a trip to Jönköping.
When was the last time we saw Party Astronauts on LAN? I can't even remember, honestly, because...